Abundance, 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 and gratitude to you all. I want to thank this brother for actually putting this video together. But this video go hand in hand with what I was telling you as far as your genealogy is directly connected to your psychological state of mind. And the television programs, TV shows, movies, all of that is psychology. It is therapeutic for the complex cell organism to make them feel like they have a place on a planet that shows them that they biologically that they have no place. You are on a planet that runs off of solar radiation, but yet your whole entire anatomy rejects solar radiation. And because of that, you lack empathy, compassion, creativity, you lack love, you lack nurturing. These are the things that you lack. And because you lack those things and you can't absorb the sun, which the sun gives those things to you, you are who exactly and what you are. No matter how much the television, no matter how much different programs try to convince you that you're not, but you are what you are. Every day you walk outside underneath that sun, it reminds you of who you truly are. And you're banking on the psychological destruction of so-called black people so that way that you can have a place in this world. See, we have capitulated to your system, which gives you a reason to live. But all actuality, your system is actually death, and it's all made up. Everything, your economic system, your political system, your justice system, your education system, your medical system, all of that is all made up. Not to mention every occupation, every job that you have is all made up. Nature never needed you to save them. We never needed you to harvest fruits and vegetables and grow fruits and vegetables. We never needed you to do any of that. The planet would naturally produce them on their own. They don't need anything from you. We don't need anything from you. But make a long story short, your genealogy is so devastating to you that these are the things that happens with you and your species. But what you would do, you would take a situation that so-called black people may participate in, and then you would try to blow that up. You'll magnify that to say, look, world, look at what black people do. But through your whole entire existence, you have done nothing but slaughter and kill each other, no matter what fake ethnicity you are, whether you're Asian, whether you're Arab, whether you're white, doesn't make a bit of a difference. These are all made up. You are the complex cell. You are a mixed cell organism that does not have any biological explanation of how you came into existence. Now, I'm going to let this video play. And again, I want to thank this brother for producing this video. Your time is up. And I want you to understand what I mean by that. We are going into a new cycle. The cycle that we are moving into does not allow unnatural cells to reproduce themselves. So you look at this, your cells in your body, everyone has to reproduce themselves in order to grow, in order for you to, go from an infant to a toddler to a teenager and adolescent, whatever the case may be. Your cells must go through what you call mitosis, reproduce. What's happening is because now the sun is vibrating differently, we're moving in a different cycle, you won't be able to reproduce cells. And this is why your species has been dying at a faster rate over the last 5 years versus how they were dying over the 10 years prior to that, because y'all got a red flag. Y'all was on notice about 10 years ago or 15 years ago that your species was dying faster than they were reproducing. But now it has accelerated exponentially, and now it's coming to a complete and abrupt end. Now here we go. I'm going to let this video play, and I want to show you that we are now waking up, and all of this information is free. This information can be easily looked up. You are the real killers. You are the murderers. You are the ones that do not love and value family because you will kill your own.
Of these one of the most dangerous places for white people is within a white family. You see this man right here? He's one of the many white men that would be considered a family annihilator. A family annihilator is an individual, usually a white male, that takes the life of multiple members of their family. By the way, everyone in this photo is no longer here. These family annihilators usually have a history of domestic violence or some form of abuse within their family. By the way, everyone in this photo is no longer here. There have been many studies on the profile of these family annihilators. Some of the common characteristics of these family annihilators is that they are overwhelmingly male, little to no criminal history, and white. By the way, everyone in this photo is no longer here. Psychologists say the main motivation for these family annihilators is a high sense of self-righteousness. By the way, everyone in this photo is no longer here. If we're going to talk about black-on-black crime and violence, then we would be remiss if we did not talk about white-on-white violence and crime. By the way, everyone in this photo is no longer here. To the Caucasian community out there, the call is coming from inside the house, literally. And instead of focusing so much on blacks and Hispanics and the problems that we have within our families and communities, it would behoove you to police your own community and keep a watchful eye over your own families. By the way, everyone in this photo is no longer here. Everyone in this photo is no longer here. Every last one of them in this photo is no longer here. These are Asian children that were adopted by this white couple, and everyone in this photo no longer here. This photo as well, this entire family, gone. And I could keep going, but I think you get the point.
So once again, even their own people are going to protect their own people. Psychologists are going to say that it comes from a sense of righteousness. That is also a bullshit. It could be part of that is the case, because even chimpanzees, when they feel like they're right or they get frustrated because they can't figure something out, they get violent. They become agitated. So I guess you could say a sense of righteousness. That's true. But the main key for this violent activity is because they are genetically spliced with multiple animals, and the brain is confused. The brain is in total confusion, and the animal that they share majority of the DNA with is a violent, cannibalistic animal. So it doesn't behoove me, and it doesn't surprise me that these men will slaughter their entire family. Not to mention the guy that went to a college campus way across country, went on in the dormitories or the house, and went from room to room just stabbing and killing people that he didn't even know. And yet that's not national news. It was on the news for 3 or 4 days. That should be talked about every day. But the reason why they won't talk about it, because right now, just so that you know, this type of behavior is heightened. They're going to get more and more psychotic. And let me make this very clear. They're going to be the puppets that are being used for the draconian race to come in and wipe them out, like they were trying to save so-called black people, just so black people can be on their side. I'm letting you know, this is a dangerous but a beautiful and a magnificent time to be alive, especially when you are aware. Abundance and gratitude to all.